see me rocking up and down on the screen, it's not because the camera works odd, it's because we're on a suspension bridge and the whole bridge is moving up and down. We're below Manali, heading towards Leh. I'm with a group of girls and we're all riding the TVS Scooty Zest 110. I've come to the Himalayas a lot. This is going to be a really fun one. Welcome to TVS Himalayan Highs Season 2. Last year, one girl took a Zest and climbed Khardung. This year, there are 10 more. They're a mix of the young and the experienced and from all over the country with differing riding experience and skill. But they and me all aim to accomplish the same thing. We're going to climb the highest motorable road in the world. Didn't start well in terms of the weather though. It was overcast and then it rained and some of the girls had their first reality check. Was this the sort of riding they signed up for?
I'm from Chennai, so I've never been to any place that has had a proper winter. So even when back home, I'm not a person who sits in front of the AC. I prefer the summer, the heat, the humidity is fine for me. So not having experienced that, the first day when we rode into Jispa after the rains and all that, it was a terrible experience. One day, I think, one nightmare I won't forget in my life because I was cold to my bones and I thought this was it. I thought that's it, I won't be able to ride after this because if we're going to go for higher altitudes after that. So if it's going to be cold here, I was wondering what was going to be the next step. So I was very scared at that point, I was kind of flustered and then I kind of dipped my hands and legs into warm water, started coming back, but it took some time for me to orient myself. So I think that's the only unhealthy part I had. Nothing as a major sickness.
The mercurial and now mercifully traffic-free Rohtang added its own flavour with chocolate-coloured roads all the way down into Koksar, which took ages to deal with. But nobody fell or stopped, which is terrific. Our zests never faltered and before we knew it, we were at the first of our difficult nights, Sarchu. Sarchu is a camp, it's windy, usually cold and it is at 14,000 feet. Well, at least it looks inviting. So after 2 days of rain and cold, it's just cold today. The sun is out, I'm really happy. We are 2 high passes ahead of where we were. Rohtang's behind us, Baralashta's behind us, no trouble at all. The roads have been bad, but the scooters are handling it really well. I'm really kicked for what's next. The first thing I was worried about was altitude sickness. Sarchu makes people sick, and this time, between the warm weather, a relative term, and the aggressive pitch to keep hydrated, everyone seemed hale and hearty. And so were our little TVS scooters. Anam Hashim rode one to the top of Khardung last year and was leading the girls with us this time.
TVS Scooty Zest has been my companion from the season 1 and I've always been in love with this scooty and always, all the time it just surprises me.
On a bright and sunny day, we left Sarchu smoothly to head up Nakila and Lachulungla, the 2 passes, and then on to the dreaded, perpetually hard roads near Kanglajal and Pang, our stop for the night. Good morning from Pang. We've always passed through this place and we've always been told it's unhospitable, it's too high, you can't stay the night here, it's very dangerous. But we did it this time, everybody seems to be okay. Riding in here yesterday was great fun because the scooties were all over the place, they were sliding around, good fun. Today, the Moreh Plain, which always looks spectacular, Tanglangla and then onwards to Leh. It's hard to overstate the beauty of the Moreh Plain as much as it is hard to understate how long the Tanglangla takes to climb. Pang to Leh is an epic day. There is a sense of it being momentous because reaching Leh is an event even though it isn't our final destination. There is also the epic scenery.
One of the biggest feeling that I would want to keep with me, not just 5 years down the line, every time, is the fact that we are very small. we give ourselves so much of importance. When you come to these lands, you realize you actually don't matter. There's so much more around and it's so much beauty. And so that is something I would really want to, that would keep me humble.
Moreh Plain is the first mental break you get. And then begins the climb. A climb where the pass itself, miles and miles away, is visible and distant right from the start of the climb. Once you are past the Tanglang La though, you're in heaven. The roads right from the top of the pass to the city of Leh are in terrific shape and they're far, far from straight. Thank heavens the Scooty Zest is such an incredibly trustworthy demon in the corners. Have you ever wondered how an ant climbs a mountain? It's really small, a mountain's really big, and it conquers the mountain with resilience and persistence. It just never stops. And that's what the Scooty feels like. They haven't missed a beat, all 11 of them. They've been just going smoothly, steadily. The altitude does affect them. They've become slower than they were down in the as low as Mandi. But it doesn't seem to change the fact that when you open the gas, it moves forward, and at some slow speed, it conquers every slope it finds. That's all it takes. Leh is always fun. Everyone seems to get a break, recharge their batteries and get ready for the last leg. The clouds looked ominous for a while, but on the day of our climb to the Khardung, the conditions were picture perfect. So today is the big day. We're climbing Khardung. There's still another 12 or 14 kilometers to go, but I'm happy to report the sun's out, the weather's good, the scooter's climbing, and the sun out is actually a first for me because every single time I've come to Khardung, it's been raining, wet, snow, it's been miserable, but it looks good today. The winter snows wreak havoc on the Khardung road, but our scooters and indeed the girls never stopped. We slowed for the really bad bits, zipped through the better sections and slowly but surely felt the oxygen levels drop, the valleys got deeper and then suddenly we rounded a bend and we'd arrived. Any doubts that a 110cc scooter would not climb the Khardung are now over. We're on top. That's one of the various boards here. It's done. All scooters got here. No problems at all along the way. So this is a wrap up. I'm going to leave you with the sights and sounds of the Nubra Valley. Enjoy it while I finally ride the scooter without any filming going on.